Hello all, Miranda here. Today I'm going to be giving you all a review of the Warhammer 40k Imperium magazine. So Agora Models reached out to me several months ago about the distribution of this new Warhammer 40k Imperium magazine. Mind you, this is a magazine that's been getting distributed in Europe already for a while, but it's finally made it to North America. So the United States and Canada now have access to this magazine. So what is the magazine? Well, Warhammer 40k Imperium is a magazine subscription that runs about 80 issues, and if you subscribe the whole time, you will end up building an approximate 2,000 point list for both Primaries Ultramarines as well as Necrons. Additionally, there's several other miscellaneous models you'll get along the way, maybe some AdMech, maybe some Sisters of Battle. The premium subscription offers even more models, and there's also some terrain and accessories like paints, brushes, dice, and all of that. So the point of it really is to bring people into the hobby, specifically obviously for 40k. So if you have an interest in Necrons and or Space Marines, then this may be something you're worth considering because it allows you to grow the army over time. It's on a subscription model, and there's actually some decent savings built in for that as well. So you can definitely check them out on their website, Warhammer40000Imperium.com, if you want to kind of take a look at all the subscription options available to you on that. So what does it cost us? They're broken up into packs. There's technically a weekly issue setup for it, for issues 1 through 80, but if you subscribe, then they send you about 4 issues a month. For the very first set of issues, they have a deal. It's like 21 bucks or so to get the first 3 issues. And in there, you can see what it's all about. It starts giving you some basics of gameplay, it starts giving you some models to assemble, and it also starts giving you some paints to work with as well. As far as the price goes, you're paying about $55.80 per month, unless you do the premium, which is $67.80 per month. I started doing a price comparison, but someone online actually already gave an amazing breakdown already, so I'm just gonna refer you all there. If you go to Fauxhammer.com, and there will be a link in the description to that specific article, they give an amazing breakdown of exactly the savings you get for getting your models through the magazine subscription versus trying to buy those same models piecemeal through retailers. And it comes out for America as about a 45% savings off retail. And that's before taking into account the paints and the accessories that you can also get. So it is a really good deal if you can afford to throw 60 or 70 bucks a month at it. For the hobby, let's be real, that's not actually unreasonable. And as long as you like the models you're getting. So with that said, definitely check out the Fauxhammer website. Again, link in the description to check out their whole breakdown of it. And now let's just take a look at what's actually in these issues. So your first pack will be 3 issues, 1 through 3, at the low price of $20.90 plus shipping and handling right now through their website. And in that, you're going to end up with 8 miniatures. So we're going to go over them individually. In the first issue, you are going to get your leaders. So you have a Royal Warden for the Necrons, and you have a Primaries Lieutenant for the Ultramarines. Additionally, for the first issue, you're going to have a 12-inch clear ruler and 6 dice. So issue 1 is all about introducing you to the game. So you are going to get some information about what a Royal Warden is, what a Primaries Lieutenant is, what Space Marines are, what Necrons are. In this world, you're going to be fighting over the system of Ramesses, and it actually gives you a little star chart of the area in which you're fighting and what is going on in the area, because we all want to know what we're fighting for. There's an actual story that kind of unfolds to get you practicing playing the game. It gives you all the basic information, the rules and setup to start a basic game. So from issue 1, you can actually start fighting your opponent. They give you a little play mat, and they show you where to put your miniatures down to get the 2 little dudes to fight each other. And lastly, you also get a free poster, something fun to hang on the wall, Primaries Ultramarines versus Necrons. For the miniatures themselves, we've got the Royal Warden has painted up quite nicely, I think. They're all push fit, so very easy to assemble. And the Primaries Lieutenant also comes together quite nicely. He isn't really available to buy individually unless you'd have to actually get the basic recruit box. So this is one of the best ways to get a hold of him if you're looking for that model. Issue 2 comes with more beautiful miniatures and also introduces you more to the hobby side of it. You get some paint, base Rune Lord brass color for base coating, as well as a Citadel starter brush. The magazine itself comes with additional lore information on both the Necrons and the Space Marines. The dynasty that you're covering for the Necrons are the Zerrikon. You'll notice that my particular Necrons here are actually painted with the Nihilak dynasty. You know, there's no requirement to paint them any which way. They're just going to give you the basic paints that will give you the Zerrikon dynasty scheme. Additional information is also included on the Ultramarines. You've got a build guide for assembling your Necron warriors. Again, they are push fit, very easy to assemble, and no cleanup needed. There is also a paint guide to introduce you to, again, that aspect of the hobby. It shows you how to set up your hobby area. It gives you suggestions on other things that you can get as far as accessories, like a paint pot and a palette pad. A specific guide on how to paint both your Necron warriors and your Royal Warden. And then new mission briefings for setting up your next battle. For issue 3, it is all about those Ultramarines. Now, I will warn you that these Space Marines, they give you 3 assault intercessors. You don't have a choice. They are always going to be Ultramarines. That is part of the modeling itself. So the paint scheme isn't going to make any difference on that. It also comes with the McCrag blue paint so that you can use that to start painting up your miniatures. Now, one thing that we're doing for this magazine review going forward is that the Space Marines are going to be painted exactly as the magazine is suggesting. We're going to paint them with the paints that the magazine is going to provide. On the Nihilak Necrons, we just wanted to do our own thing because the Nihilak are really cool, so that is going to be a different scheme. You have some information on your assault intercessors. Normally they are a unit of 5, you get 3 to start. A little bit more information on Dark Imperium, you get some cool lore in the world of 40k, what tomb worlds are, and all that fun stuff. Of course, a build guide on assembling your intercessors, and also a paint guide for assembling them. And you're also introduced to an additional phase of playing 40k, the fight phase. So the question really comes down to, who is this magazine best suited for? Well, I think this magazine could be really good for players trying to get into 40k for the first time because it is a relatively low cost. I mean, 60 to 70 bucks a month might sound expensive for a magazine, but compared to what it actually costs to buy miniatures, and as the Fauxhammer website breaks down, there is a very significant savings here. But you better like Ultramarines and you better like Necrons because those are primarily going to be your choices. So it's a really good option for people wanting to slow grow their armies as well because you are getting it fed to you piecemeal, and that's going to feel a lot easier to keep up with, to sit and paint and base coat, you know, 6 Marines or 5 Marines or whatever, 4 Marines really, because you get the 3 intercessors and the lieutenant and 4 Necrons. Like, that is not an overwhelming amount to be given, especially if you're using the paints that come along with it. This can also be a good option for somebody who might want to split the army. So if you and a friend go in and you split the cost of the magazine, then somebody gets the Necron army, someone gets the Ultramarine army, you save some money there. Now, at some point you're gonna have to share the actual data files and all the cool paperwork that comes with it. I don't know, someone can rock, paper, scissors for that, I guess. But that also becomes an option. So like if you have a kid or a couple kids or something that are kind of looking into it and you want to see if they're really that interested in it, this might actually be a really good option. I will continue to review these magazines as I get them in and see how the collection unfolds. But if you are a subscriber to Warhammer 40k Imperium magazine, I'd love to know your thoughts as well. You know, it's a community site, so you know, share your thoughts. Anybody interested can make sure to read the comments too. Other than that, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.